examine your role as men. And that's a good thing. For 50 years, we've been told that that's a bunch of BS, and women need to find their way, and men don't. It forces you to ask yourself, what is a man? What makes a man a man? What is it? What makes a man attractive to women? And that begs another question. Who do you think you are? When you go out there in the real world, you're talking to girls, you're sarging, or you're doing whatever you're doing, who do you think you are? You're asking yourself that. I think this is one of the best things about this whole pickup thing. You have to ask yourself, who are you? And that's what we're here to find out. I'd like to get you guys, I feel a little tension, a little anticipation. I'd like for you guys to just do a little exercise with me. And it's a good mindset to come from when you go into any set or whatever you do, you're doing a cold approach. Just close your eyes for a second, if you will, and just take a really deep breath. Just take a really deep breath all the way into your tummy, all the way down. And just really feel that, filling your lungs up completely. And when you feel that, just let that breath out slowly. Good. And then just take another even deeper breath, just all the way down into your tummy, very deeply. Feel the energy run into your legs, feet firmly in the ground. And when your lungs up completely filled, then let that breath out very, very slowly. You can already feel your body relax. And take just one more really deep breath, get all the way up into your clavicles, your kidneys, and then hold that breath for just 1 second. Center yourself in your body. And then let that breath out very, very slowly. You can feel your body relax. And as your body relaxes, your mind will relax. And then you're back in your body. You're centered. You feel your presence. You feel that you're really there. Because women, when you go out there sarging, whatever it is, they will feel where you're blocking the energy. When you're ready to come back in the room and you just open your eyes and just feel that kind of like slightly cleared energy. Well, women will feel that. They feel like if you're coming from your head, how far you've crossed the heart-brain barrier, or the brain-dick barrier, if you will. They feel that. And it's good to be centered in that. And I'll give you a whole different, it's like in martial arts or any kind of yoga, you just ground yourself first. And that's a good stance. People always want to learn the sexy stuff, like all the tricks and ta-ta-ta, and I got you. The 3 magic words, the magic pill. But it's really just being centered in who you are. And women have these bullshit detectors. Or, it's David D'Angelo talks about how they have like 10 times better peripheral vision, body cues. Women will feel exactly where you're coming from. That's one of those things why I always talk about inner game. It's the frame. Where are you in your frame? They're almost doing a quick scan like one of those Spielberg movies, and they'll just know exactly if you're actually coming from the heart or what part of you isn't present. And they'll point that out, and they'll resist it. So that's one good thing you can always do. Whenever you're feeling kind of tension, it's a very simple exercise. And people think, oh, it's just a relaxation exercise, and it is. But it's a bit of hypnosis. And that's what we're here to talk about, in part. Hypnosis is useful for a lot of things. You know the Ross Jeffries kind of thing, embedded commands, NLP-based stuff. It's great. It works. But I need a little more. It's a useful tool. It's almost more important to talk about what it isn't. It isn't mind control. And that's not the frame you want to come from when you do this thing. It's a tool to reconnect yourself with who you are, your true essence. You become whole in yourself, and you project a whole different energy. And how should I say? You need to just look at where you feel the issues in the body. And before you can go out there and do any outer game successfully, It's getting the emotional stuff cleared. This is really what I want to talk about here with you. So I ask you, so you're all hot young guys, puas, seducers, AFCs, nice guys, bad boys. What are you? Are you men of power, men of means, men of magic? A man who naturally attracts women, but just the strength of who he is. I'm not a pua at all. I started off like most of these guys that are really successful today. I couldn't get laid to save my life when I was like 19 or whatever. And I found when I was about that age, I found a girl that was 15 years older than I was. And she hit on me. And I lost my virginity to her in a $12 Howard Johnson's hotel in Tampa, Florida. And it set the frame straight for, yeah, I'm good at this. But it also created another problem. I never picked her up. She picked me up. And then when that relationship ended, I found another one that picked me up. And so I would always cover that inner pain, that deep wound, that deep hole with more women until it became a habit, a drug. And these girls would always be the ones. I don't think I ever had to pick up anyone. It just kind of happened. And the more you're like, oh yeah, that's fine, I got it, the more it snowballs. It just happens on its own. But there's a high price for that, because I never looked at all that pain I was feeling. I was just covering it up. Then I had a really traumatic relationship at one point, one girl, and I shut down emotionally. And I would just say, hey, bring it on. I'm a pickup artist, that's what I do. I just kept doing that and doing that and doing that. And I would go through these phases where I'd be by myself, then start finding one girl, and then it snowballed. I had the confidence to have a second, a third, a fourth. And I'd juggle maybe a half a dozen of them. And then I would crash, implode almost, and then sabotage this because I just couldn't go on with that. And it made me realize something else. I thought for a long time, I felt this hole in the heart the whole time, but I was trying to cover it up with the drug called women. How do you explain that actors or people like Kurt Cobain, who have all the money, all the success, all the women in the world, why would somebody like that shoot himself? Because until you've come to that point, and I've been at that point, until you really don't have these things, you think, oh, that's going to fix it. That new car is going to fix it. Oh, another girl is going to fix it. And when you have everything, when you have money, you have the cars, the girls, fame, and you still feel even worse, then you say, oh, shit. Now there's nothing else that can pile on top of that to cover that pain. And you will internalize it, and you'll implode. And what we're going to talk about here is how to get rid of some of that stuff.